What's up, guys? Welcome to Tales of Nerdia. Today we're talking about chapter 834 of One Piece. And I actually really enjoyed this chapter, even though in previous videos I've been a little down about One Piece recently. We got a lot of information, a lot of dialogue, but I felt like we got progress in a lot of different points of the story. First off, we have Sanji, and he is reflecting on those handcuffs. We see Sanji just kind of staring down at his hands, and then he remembers his time with Zeph. And Zeph tells him that his hands are precious and not meant for fighting. And this causes Sanji some anxiety, some frustration. We see him just yell, "God damn it!" So he doesn't really know what to do right now because he has his family who wants him to be a fighter, while the one who actually raised him, Zeph, says, hands are precious, you shouldn't use them for fighting. So once again, just like last chapter, Sanji is going through this internal struggle of who he really is. And at this point, I'm kind of thinking that there will be a time where he is going to use his hands for fighting. That will be his ace in the hole, or his trump card, so to speak. We've seen him use knives before in a fight during the Water 7/Marineford arc, but this time it may be a little different. Moving on, Brook and Pedro are now sneaking around in the vicinity of Sweet City. They hear rumblings from the citizens about what happened with Jimbei and how he went to leave Big Mom's crew, but he decided to change his mind. And this is what I really wanted to see. We'll probably get it in a flashback later, but I was really looking forward to seeing what was going to happen between Big Mom and Jimbei, but really we just get some news, and then it skips over to Big Mom with Cesar Clown, and that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but I'm sure we will get it in a flashback later. We better. Or else. And the citizens are criticizing him for this, saying that he was weak, basically that he was a wuss, and Brook isn't sure what to really think. But now he understands a little bit more about Jimbei. Do I think that's what really happened? No, not really. We do see Big Mom later, and she looks perfectly fine, so it doesn't look like that there was a battle between Big Mom and Jimbei. But we've seen the press manipulated before, because everyone's reading this in the newspaper right now. So we've seen that manipulated before with Doflamingo, and that could be the situation we have right now as well. It could be that they wanted to cover up the fact that he actually did escape from Big Mom and leave her crew, or that they came to some sort of deal other than what Big Mom was proposing, although she doesn't seem like a very reasonable person. This could actually be a cover-up, is the point I'm getting at. So back to Brook and Pedro, they're sneaking around, and they happen to see Baron Tamago with Pudding, and she's shopping for a wedding dress. So they are distracting her. I don't know if they know about her plan, but they're keeping her busy. She's not able to get away from them to meet up with Luffy or to inform Sanji. One important piece of information here is that they say that they don't know where the rest of the crew is, so the surveillance on them was not going on before Brook and Pedro departed in the little submarine. And also, they said that they could not find Peckhams. And when this informant or soldier or whatever talks to Tamago and he shows them the wanted posters, Tamago says that Pedro is not a leopard, he is a jaguar mink, and we see that they have a history. And Tamago thinks he knows where Pedro is heading, and that's obviously to get to the poneglyph. So they have a bit of a history. I would like to see a battle between them. It could be that when Pedro was defeated by Big Mom's crew, maybe it was a battle between him and Tamago, so maybe we'll get to see that again. So Peckhams, we thought escaped. Turns out the Capone gang got him. So as Capone is hanging out with his wife and his son, which just the thought of those two together kind of makes my stomach turn a little bit. And is it me, or does what that kid have in his mouth look a lot like Capone's cigar? So he's got Peckhams, who's actually starting to grow on me. I like Peckhams. And he's basically doing a kind of like a walk the plank situation here, but he's basically just gonna kill him and let him fall into the water. And I can't wait to see this animated. I really hope that they don't slow it down like the anime has been doing recently. But you see the baby crying right before his dad is about to shoot Peckhams. And Peckham's last words are that Capone is underestimating Big Mom, and it's going to be his downfall. So foreshadowing here. Since the person who was talking to Tamago said that they didn't know where Peckhams was, it looks like Capone is maybe doing this on his own. He's gone rogue. By the way, I don't believe Peckhams is dead because he has survived much worse. That scene was just way too short for a character death. And we don't get to see him, getting eaten up by the sharks, although that'd be a bit graphic, but he gonna be back. So we're gonna need some more information about what is going on in this scene, because clearly Big Mom was not informed, otherwise Tamago would likely be informed. So who is really the traitor in this situation? Maybe Capone has some plan to overthrow Big Mom or take advantage of her. I mean, after all, she actually is pretty damn gullible. It's surprising how she actually became a Yonko. I mean, she is clearly powerful, but Cesar Clown is able to deceive her and say that his plans were ruined by the Straw Hat crew, and now he wasn't expecting it, which is pretty funny, is that he said he needed his lab. He probably thought he had a little bit more time before she'd actually build one for him, but he manages to weasel his way out of some trouble there. Now he has a lab, but he only has 2 weeks to complete his research again, even though it was never really to the standards that Big Mom was expecting. What the fuck? Even though it was never complete to the standards that Big Mom was expecting, and even Cesar says it's probably not possible, and he is going to be under the watchful eye of Perospero, or Perospero, the eldest son of the Charlotte family, who ate the lick fruit. Don't judge me. So I'm thinking one or two things is going to happen here. Either Cesar does complete his research to his own surprise, or kind of turn on Big Mom as his last, moment of desperation. He's just going to have to make a move. And this will probably happen at the same time that the action in this arc starts to pick up. Finally, we circle back to Luffy in the forest that, if you've been watching these videos, you know I am not a fan of. And it seems like he's just tied up finding all of these duplicates of his crew. And because this is restricted to the very last page, I'm guessing this is where we'll start off next chapter. But that's all I got for you guys this week on Tales of Nerdia. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments section below what really happened between Big Mom and Jimbei. Let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you all very soon. Bye!
Peckhams